Story time about the time that I joined a cult in Columbus, Ohio. Unknowingly, of course. Back in 2020, I left my abuser, the one that was human trafficking me, and I met my ex best friend, and current, well, ex before the ex. Anyway, he is not in my life anymore. But at the time, he was a human trafficking survivor too in California. He was trafficked at the Friendship Shelter in Orange County Beach, California, and also in Ohio. But he was aware of basically what an abuser will do and like how they keep like the control under you and all of that like narrative and stuff like that. So he helped me escape my abuser. He actually walked in the one night when I came back home from drinking, and he actually was like trying to hit me, the abuser. And so I left. Like, well, I didn't leave completely that night. Well, there was a time where I was like in the showers and I was like pleading for my life and calling 911, and no one was answering, no one was sending help. It was a whole ordeal. But it is what it is, you know? But anyway, so my ex best friend, we'll just call him that. My ex best friend, he helped me see the abusive tactics and get away from him. He let me, like, he showed me, like, this is not okay. Like, you need to get the fuck away. And so I did. I became homeless and I lived in my car. He taught me, my ex best friend, he taught me how to like live in my car. Also, I'm using Dior foundation because this stuff does not make you break out. It's Forever Skin Glow. The guy at Sephora helped me. It was amazing. I have ADHD, so this might be a long video. Anyway, so basically he helped me and I was homeless and stuff like that. So this company that I was working for, I can't say the name of the company because I signed a severance package and I think it would be like more open legalities to it. So I'm not gonna do that. But this company, basically, there was a person there. She was actually like my boss, my mentor, and everything like that. She would let us use the showers at the building that was in downtown Columbus, and she would like let us like shower there and like you take snacks and stuff like that. Like, it was an office building. Like, we were just like doing my work, right? But like, she would start inviting us to church, and I was like, well, whatever. I'm like with God and everything, like Christian. Like, I was raised Christian, so I'm like, whatever, like, I'm homeless, it can't hurt, you know? So we would go to these church meetings, and me and my ex would go, and we were kind of like dating at the time. Kind of, it was a weird situationship. But we would go and they would basically separate us, and they would talk to me in the kitchen. It would be like 4 hours at a time, and then we're both empaths. Like, we can like feel like we are drained when narcissists like take your energy. When a narcissist takes your energy, you feel physically drained. And every time we left that church, we felt physically drained. There was actually a note that was left on his car that basically said, you weren't trafficked, nobody cares about you, this, that. And it matched one of the girls that was in the church. Anyway, we went to the church the first time. They invited us to this pumpkin patch. It was really nice. They basically love bombed us. That's what it was. Every time they would separate us, they would ask me about my gender transition, like what I would do if I got off hormones. Am I going to go all the way with my surgery? What made me want to transition? Like, it was very like weird, like energy. And we were getting ready the one night before, and we were about to go to a Halloween. Like, they were doing like this little Halloween party get together thing, and we were in the bathroom getting ready at the building that I worked at, and we were like, I was like, I have a bad feeling, and he's like, what, that this is a cult? And I was like, yes, I literally had a dream that this was a cult. And he's like, me too. And I was like, that's so weird. Like, that was like so like energetical. So like, of course we started like shift away from them. Weird things started happening. Our phones started like getting, like, the GPS started getting messed up. So we would park at the Walmart parking lot, and we would sleep there because like it was like where we would be comfortable and like safe. And this one night we were literally there, and we were in our car, and we had like the things up, and we were watching YouTube on our laptop, and these bright lights came out of nowhere. It was like blinding us completely. We couldn't see, and they were like, FBI, get out of the vehicle. And we're like, what the fuck? Like, we were scared, so we got out, right? And when we got out, we like, there was like this like police officer, and he was like shining lights on us, and he's like, you guys have to leave. You have to leave immediately. You can't stay here. And I was like, what the fuck? And I recognized one of the guys. It was one of the guys from the church. So I started digging into the church. The church was Dawn Fellowship, and they rebranded. Okay, I want to give them the benefit of the doubt, saying that they're rebranding, because the cult that this actually is Xenos, but they all belonged to Xenos. So I started looking into like every worker that started working at this like company, And a lot of them worked for, like, was like part of Dawn Fellowship, which means they're also part of Xenos. They changed their name because of all the shit that happened with Xenos. If you know what Xenos is, it's a cult in Columbus. It's really similar to Scientology, if you know what that is. But like I said, weird things started happening, and I started asking, because like it was getting winter time, and these harassments like started happening, like I said, our social media started getting hacked, like our phone GPSs started acting up, like it was very weird scenarios that were happening that were like very unexplainable. And sorry, I'm not even doing my makeup. It was just a very weird situation. So basically it was starting to become winter, and I was like, I need to get the fuck out of here. Like we need to leave. Like God is telling us to leave. Like he's sending us signs. Like we need to get the fuck out of Dodge. And it was getting winter, so it's getting cold. So like we're gonna die out here. So I was like, let's go to LA. So we went to LA. We're gonna go to Florida, but it's like not really safe for trans people. So like we went to LA. Probably not the best idea because it was really expensive. But LA was super nice. We lived in this little Hispanic community in Burbank. It was super nice. We lived at the Planet Fitness essentially, and then we parked at like the Walmarts and Home Depot. There was other situations for when I was like what we were going through, but anyway, so we basically got out and left and basically started distancing ourselves from them. And it was just like, it was a whole ass thing. But it was like every time you would go and like talk to these people, and like it just felt very like narcissistic back like when we were human trafficked. I think like being trafficking victims, we just like had that like realization, like this is toxic behavior, you know, like narcissistic toxic behavior. Because like what a cult wants to do is they want to take you away from like your trans and your whatchamacallit, your trans and your like gay identity, and they want to like make you marry somebody in the cult that's like straight. They want to basically like, what do you call it, convert you. But yeah, I started looking up all the people that started like that were working there and I was working with me, and ever since we left that church, I got fired from the company, and well, they fired me because they said I was stealing time, like I wasn't logging in, but the system was like so flawed, like it was like not accurate at all. Like I was constantly working, like in LA, I would find a Starbucks, I would find a coffee shop, a McDonald's, a Panera, something to do my work Wi-Fi like remotely, and they knew I was in LA because like I asked to go to LA and they're like, no, we don't think that's a good idea, even though all the remote work was remote. Like they clearly wanted us to stay there for a reason. But like once I started looking into it and I saw Dawn Fellowship was rebranded from Xenos, and then I looked into what happened at Xenos, it all made sense. But yeah, that's the time I basically joined a cult. And there's one other person that can, because like there was one event that they were going to invite us to. It was like this party on Halloween, and it was very like screamo-ish and like devilish, and like it just felt very satanic. Like we were like, nope, and we left to Cali. And that was literally, I think that was God, or like, you know, like someone speaking to us telling us get the fuck out of Dodge. Sorry, I have ADHD, but yeah, it's basically the time I joined a cult. And that shit's traumatizing. That shit is traumatizing. And like I said, I want to give them the benefit of the doubt that they were rebranding because they wanted to step away from like all the things of Xenos, or they were trying to hide what Xenos was by rebranding to Dawn Fellowship. You know what I mean? So it's like, I don't know, but there was too many situations that happened for it to be like, how many times is it a coincidence before it's mathematically impossible? You know what I mean? So it's like, or mathematically possible. So it's like you can't gaslight yourself out of these experiences. But yeah, that's my story time. I hope you enjoyed.